Yeah, I thought we battled hard. You know, I thought especially the last 10 minutes we played with a desperation that we needed to play the whole game. We're just not very good defensively right now, and that's bothering me. I'm seeing it in practice, but we're not getting it carrying over into a game. And then we just turned the ball over too much tonight, which was really interesting because we haven't been doing it.
Right.
And their defense is good, but there wasn't a lot of pressure. We tried some things that we, in the scout, were very specific about. One of them is they're really good at help and recover, which just means in basketball, two guys converge on the ball and they don't let you split them. And we kept trying to go between them, and it was just careless turnovers, and that hurt us because I think it led to 33 points off of turnovers. So I was proud of our effort. We're growing. We're a better team than we've been. But, you know, as I told them in the locker room, we can't get satisfied with playing people close and just thinking we're a little bit better. I mean, it's still a loss. It still stings, and we got to learn from it and get better.
You're not one that rests on cliches, and it stood out to me when you said in the pregame that we're getting better every day. And a lot of coaches say that. I haven't ever heard you say it, so I feel like you really mean that you guys are making progress in practice, and we saw it out here tonight. You guys are getting better, doing a lot of things better. You out-rebounded them, a lot of things to build on. I know there wasn't a ton of holes offensively, but, you know, certainly you guys did knock down some tough shots, hit some critical free throws late to keep you in it as well.
Well, this is a team that people have been shooting in the low 30s against and only giving up 51 points. And, you know, 73 is enough to win.
Yeah.
And we shot the ball pretty well. I think we were 49%, 48.9. So, you know, I'll take that most nights. But the biggest thing is, you know, we had 19 turnovers, which just kicked our backside, and I just didn't think our defense was as good as it needed to be.
Yeah, 33-11 an edge for the Trojans in points off turnovers, and that, as you mentioned, that was really the game in a nutshell for the most part. I won't ask you to criticize the officiating, but there were certainly some tough calls here on the road. The Kamba was definitely one that they gave some pause to, and that's one maybe you get back in the Ferris Center. But that's a tough one. That's about as close a charged block call as we can get, and that's the one that always I think broadcasters and probably coaches struggle with.
Well, it is, and I know it's a hard call. The thing that bothered me is you had two referees that looked at each other. I mean, not one of them was definitive.
Right.
Neither one of them knew. So you're exactly right. We're in the Jack Stevens Center, and the call's going to go that way. And I hope if on the 16th of December, if that play happens again, we get the call in the Ferris Center. But that was, you know, calls don't keep you from winning games, but that would have been nice to see what happened.
Yeah.
Him getting to the line, we just didn't get that opportunity.
Well, and Matthew was perfect at the line on the night, and that would have, with two free throws, cut the lead to two. Would have been interesting to see how the Trojans responded. As you mentioned, you will get a crack at these guys, but a couple of tough games along the way prior to that, and you're facing a couple of undefeated teams going forward, and one that's ranked in the top 7 in Oklahoma next. And again, tough bus trip tomorrow. You guys will head over there and then play them in Norman on Thursday night. Certainly a great challenge, and I guess in these situations we say great opportunity against the Sooners.
You know, I think these are the type of games, honestly, I don't feel nervous over, our kids don't, because, I mean, obviously everyone thinks that we have no shot. The reason we have a shot is because they're going to play the game, you know. So I think the big thing for us is wanting to play well. And if you hang in there and you have a chance, that's fine. Oklahoma's really good. I mean, they're a Final Four caliber team. Buddy Hield is a lottery pick in the NBA. But my guys have worked their whole lives to play in these kind of games. We don't get to go to the NCAA tournament, so this is an NCAA tournament. This could be a 116, a 215.
Yeah.
And so if we ever are going to make those advancements in the Southland Conference and maybe one day make the tournament, that's who our opponent would be anyway. So we'll go give it all we've got playing against the Sooners, and then we'll head on up to Pittsburgh and play the Panthers. So these next two will be challenging, but I think they're going to be fun, and it'll certainly give our guys an opportunity to play in a big-time environment.
Yeah, I was going to say, from a tangible standpoint, to help you guys once you get into conference play, I would think from a pressure standpoint, it's different than maybe a close game late if it's not a close game. But as far as the pressure of the fans being on top of you, being a loud environment, and having a lot to deal with from a peripheral standpoint, I would think that does help you guys down the stretch.
I think it does. And, you know, last year was interesting because our team wasn't nearly as good as it is this year, and I thought two of our better games were when we played New Mexico and Nebraska. And with first half, we played extremely well, and the guys were hyped and having a good time. And so I expect us to go and compete. The thing about our team is they will compete. We just need that one little extra effort, especially on the defensive end. If we can get that, we're going to be a good team.
All right, Coach. Thanks.